The Final Eight. Welcome into our studios in Los Angeles. Steve Weissman alongside Paul Annacone and Chanda Rubin. It was amazing. I mean, an instant classic from the start. Venus, Serena. We talked to Serena after. She said it was top 5 in their rivalry. What'd you think?
I thought it was certainly up there. The last time I remember them playing so well against each other was the U.S. Open. Talked about that, 2015, the quarterfinals. This match certainly was along those lines. From the start, Venus started off a little bit slower, but she got it going, and it was incredible tennis.
You know, you never know what we're going to get, right, in the restart here, and it's amazing what great players can do so fast. You know, Venus was amazing yesterday. I think she looked better today and yesterday than she has in a very long time. And Serena's Serena. She found her way through a very difficult match. But to see that kind of match with those two, so hard for them to play against each other, and yet they played at that level after this long layoff, it was incredible stuff.
And in that setting, with no one there on site to watch. Insane. All right, let's get straight to the highlights. Venus and Serena Williams, 31st time meeting between each other. It was 2-love Serena out the gate, and then, well, Venus came roaring back, Chanda.
Yeah, great points for the double break, and it looked like Serena just going to be off and running. Venus said, hold on, not so fast. I've done this before, too. And Venus came storming back, started finding her serve, being more aggressive inside the court, taking away space from Serena. Venus would take that first set 6-3. And in the second, though, Serena rebounded. We have seen this so often, but comes up with a beautiful backhand there, gets the break. Venus would try to come back here, but Serena just holding her ground and just pummeling the ball at times. There were some physical rallies, incredible tennis. There is trying to get a peek.
Yeah.
It really was that important. I might have been doing the same thing.
Must-watch stuff.
It was fantastic. And in the third set, Venus would take the break after the second. Serena would stay on court, came back, and this was the teeth of the match right there. Huge shot. And look at the intensity from Serena. I mean, that sums it up. It was fantastic stuff. And once Serena knows her way out in front, got a couple of big serves, and here at the end, Serena outlasting Venus by the slimmest of margins.
2 hours and 20 minutes. Little sis gets the win, and she joined us on Tennis Channel.
Is there any other match you can remember being this high quality?
Yeah, there's a few. There's Australia 2003, which I'll never forget, was the most difficult, one of the most difficult matches of my career. Still don't know how I won that match. But today was right up there. I would say it was one of the top 5 of all-time super competitive matches that we've played against each other.
That says all you need to know. Paul, which of these stats stand out to you?
Well, look at the second serve points won. Look, that tells you just about what the match was. That close. Both of them so offensive off the return of serve. But to me, Serena Williams just a little bit more relentless. She created 15 break points. And I think that tells you that Venus had to work a little bit harder on her service game. So when you have that relentless pressure over time, it builds. But look, Venus got up that break in the third set. She was up a break in the third set and could have served it out. She had one mid-court forehand that I felt like she didn't do enough on a really big point. And Chanda, you know it's like against a great player. You give them this much room, they're going to find a way. And that's exactly what Serena did.
Yeah, once you kind of miss those opportunities, but there were so few of them. I mean, the quality, we kept talking about that during the course of the match, and you saw those stats with Serena serving, the number of aces, 14 aces. Venus served well. I think it was 6 aces, but Serena just outserved her in the teeth of that match and then got on some big returns and just blasted them back. I think those were the key areas, I think, other than the competing, which they both did so well.
Serena said she has practiced in louder places, Paul, and the fact that there was no fans, no crowd, it actually relaxed her. What did you make of that?
That was interesting to hear her say that. You know, I think that can work a couple of different ways for great players. In a match like that, because they're two all-time greats, I think Serena's exactly right, because there's enough pressure as it is. So without the crowd there, that's going to ease things for you. Now, if Serena was playing somebody that wasn't as high ranked, wasn't a great player, and there's no crowd, I think it's a huge advantage for the underdog because they don't have the crowd pulling for the all-time great. But in today's scenario, I think Serena's exactly right. It probably made both of them feel a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
She also said, Chanda, the fact that she didn't come here to win. We never hear Serena say something like that. So what's her mindset now?
Yeah, I think she's trying to take that relaxed approach and just build. Obviously, the expectation of coming out and playing your absolute best tennis, first match out of the gate after 6 months, it's a little unrealistic. And she has been a player that can play her way into form, build as the tournament goes on. So I think it's more from that standpoint, and certainly with the uncertainty of what it would be like playing with no crowds, playing under these different conditions and circumstances, having to make those adjustments, just taking a little pressure off of herself. But she has handled it fantastically, and I think certainly she's got to be eyeing some bigger prizes along with this one.
The head-to-head now, 19-12 for Serena, but both proving they will be a force. Alluding to that this fall, Serena and Venus Williams. We'll keep airing that match here on Tennis Channel throughout the evening. Meantime, over in Prague, the only non-European there, Genie Bouchard, looking for some revenge from a heartbreaking loss against Tamara Zidansek last year at Wimbledon.
I mean, how great is it to see Genie Bouchard playing such good tennis after team tennis, took the flight over here on the red clay, wins the first set 7-6, up 4-1 in the second set, got a little bit shaky, went into a tiebreak. They were battling for court position. Even though it's a clay court match, you see them both trying to get up on and inside the baseline. And for Genie, that's the key for her. That second set slipped away. I wondered what she was going to do. She doesn't have a ton of confidence right now. So how is she going to react here in the third set? Well, she reacted incredibly well. She did a great job serving, winning 18-24 points on her own serve, broke a couple of times, only faced one break point, but it was all led by the good serving, first serve and first strike tennis. A terrific effort from her.
Into her second quarterfinal of the season. Let's hear from Genie.
What was the key in the third set? Because you finally didn't let her come back.
Yeah, I started pretty strong in the third set. I'm happy with that. I didn't let, losing the second set get to me. I just tried to be more like dictating the point because she has a good forehand, so I tried to not let her control with that.
Meantime, the top seed in Prague, Simona Halep, had some serving issues throughout the match, broken 3 times in this first set.
Yeah, it was a struggle right out of the gate for Halep and Krejcikova, who's a fantastic doubles player, terrific hands at the net. It was so calm and relaxed and controlling play. But in the second set, Halep took advantage of some opportunities, showing her speed and her wheels. That's the strength. Struggled on serve a bit, would get the trainer out, would have some work done during the course of the match, but able to just outlast Krejcikova in this second set. It took a couple of tries, but Halep finally kind of breaks through.
And double faulting was an issue. In between the second and the third set, she had a medical timeout and got some work on that shoulder, and it said it allowed her to serve harder in the third and final set.
I think she got a little bit better with her placement as well, just got a little more confidence. Once she did close out that second set after being up 5-2, getting to 5-all, I think she just relaxed a little bit more. Krejcikova would get up 2-love in that third. Halep won the last 6 games of the match.
The delayed bagel.
Yeah, Krejcikova had 2-love and some break points to go up 3-love. And then the will of the great player, Simona Halep, gets through, had some treatment on that shoulder. So tomorrow, going to be interesting to see how she comes up after that match. And let's see if Eugenie Bouchard can have another. That's a tough match against Mertens, don't you think, Chanda?
Very tough. But I've been impressed with the way Bouchard has just stayed calm. She hasn't panicked in these matches. And that's kind of how you build confidence with those types of wins.
All right, our coverage starts 5 a.m. Eastern, the Prague Open. Much more still to come here on Tennis Channel.